This our first trip together. Oh, hey, everybody in first class. I thought he was getting us first class tickets, but he lied. Well, we all the way at 38B. But at least it's our first trip. He trying. Look at him.
Sorry, tough guys. It's another day in the life of a stay-at-home husband. My wife is better than me in almost every way. But let's just say between the two of us, organization is my strong suit. She's so busy paving the way towards a brighter future that she doesn't have time to organize her closet. So that's where I step in. And just like society, this closet needs some work. Organization is all about putting things back where they belong. Unlike in society, where men and women belong wherever they want to be. Whenever the boys ask me how I bag such an intelligent and successful cutie, I respond, boys, women aren't objects. They can't be bagged. Now that's an equal slice. Follow to end the patriarchy.
So as many of you guys know, I'm a travel nurse and my husband Hasib is a stay-at-home husband. One of the most common questions that we get is, what does Hasib do at home all day? So today we're going to show you. He woke up around 7 a.m. and came to pick me up from the hospital after my shift. We were super excited because I was going to be off for a few days, so we picked up General Porpoise donuts after work to celebrate. When we get home, Hasib usually checks out the stock market and then goes back to sleep for about 2 hours. When he wakes up, he eats breakfast and takes care of any orders that we may have gotten overnight and ships them out. He also helps manage my social media, so he'll respond to emails and take care of any projects that we have going on with that. When it comes to chores, we split responsibility. So he does more of the day-to-day stuff like dishes, sweeping, etc., and I do weekly deep cleans and laundry. I woke up around 2 o'clock and we both went to the gym together. Afterwards, we went to Whole Foods. They have this really awesome plant-based restaurant attached to the grocery store, so we decided to eat here. We also grabbed some groceries since we were already there. Then we came home and took showers. We went for a quick evening stroll together, then came home and watched the sunset while we ate dessert, and then called it a night.
Sorry, tough guys. It's a day in the life of a stay-at-home husband. Time to check your misogyny at the door and buckle up. First thing I do is I make my wife some coffee after making the bed. Then I do my wife's laundry. When juggling your husbandly duties, it's essential to separate the Lulus from the dryer. Next, I feed the dog, because who else is going to do it? I assert my dominance over all I have left. Then I make my wife some breakfast. She likes her eggs air fried with a rice cake and peanut butter. Then I feed the plants before I feed myself, and I tidy up the house. Once the house was clean, my wife took me out on the town. Follow to end the patriarchy.
They've gone so left-wing with their polyamory. I mean, let's be honest. What's multiple wives? They want like a relationship where they can have threesomes constantly.
Yeah.
Guess who's already doing that? LGBTQ. They're just doing it with ugly people.
Yeah.
Like they've been doing the polyamory. Blue pill. Blue pill. I just had a thought. A lot of the girls that come on Fresh or Fit feel left-wing, right? Their ideology is all like,
Girl
women
power.
are... Exactly. So they are left-wing because they're going after left-wing girls and they're learning how to get those girls because they're the only ones who will be interested in their offer of polyamory. There's already going to be an ideological divide between them and the women they're going after.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do when she rejects you? Like, you're gonna scream, "I'm a 1% man."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a
It
top
doesn't
1%
work.
earner.
It literally just makes you look weaker.
Yeah.
To watch Red Pill, I truly believe that a lot of them portray themselves as a certain kind of guy. Like they or like because of Red Pill and stuff, they portray themselves as a player, or they act like they're this certain type of guy that doesn't stick to women. You know, he's not a relationship person. And I'm scared that whenever guys get into doing something like that, you're never going to get a choice to a good woman, because here in America, they're the choosers. You know, like I think if you go to another country, yeah, maybe like you're going to get chosen quicker. But I truly believe that, like, if somebody stays here and they're trying to compete with women, you know, you're just screwing yourself over if you're trying to portray yourself as a certain kind of man.
Day in a life as a house husband. Dropped off my wife at work, took a nap, organized our room, made our bed, fixed our living room, organized the kitchen, washed and put away the dishes, refilled our Berkey, took out the trash, stacked and recycled our moving boxes, went on a run. After that, I picked up my wife from work.
So cute.
And this was her reaction when she walked through the door.
Clean. Baby, you're so cute.
After spending quality time with my wife, I began to cook dinner. I cut some veggies, whipped up some chile, and then my wife helped me in the kitchen. Checked out a show you guys recommended, put away the leftovers, cleaned the kitchen, put my beautiful wife to sleep, took my 15, then started to pack her lunch, reminded her that I love her, and went to bed.
You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not
But
myself.
you used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
That describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own.
It's true. What do you think is different about being a business owner as a woman at this young age compared to a man?
I kind of don't even like to think of it that way. I just like to think of, I'm all for, damn, maybe that's a bad answer. You can't put this in here.
Say what you think. You don't need to lie.
As a woman, I feel empowered that I'm doing my own thing, but anyone should feel empowered that's doing their own thing. You know what I mean? I don't even want to think about gender like that, you know?
You think some women let that hold them back, that they think that men have privilege?
Oh God, you really can't post this. You can't, I'm gonna get canceled. Because, say that question again?
Do you think that some women let that hold them back, that they think that men have privilege compared to them?
I mean, I'm sure some women think that way, but I don't think anyone should think that way.
But do you think a lot of women, they're held back by that idea?
If they are, I don't think they should, because we're in 2022 and we can do anything. We have.
What do you think? You're kind of avoiding the question.
No, I for real, I can't do
Okay.
I can't, I'm gonna
It's
get
okay.
canceled. I'm gonna get canceled.
Isn't that crazy that you can get canceled for saying what you really think?
Yes.
Isn't that wild?
You can't.
You don't even say what you don't even say.
You seriously? I don't give anyone permission to post this. You can't post this part about the women.
What?
You can't. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm sorry.
What part do I have to cut out? You won't get canceled. She was being honest. She seems like you're all for women empowerment.
You were asking questions.
But you're a feminist, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I'm all for women.
You're all for women's right.
Yes.
And you think the wage gap is wrong. So you don't.
I can't do this.
I didn't even. I was just asking.
Men are not oppressing me in any direct way. My business and my vision has nothing to do with that. That doesn't even come in line with what my vision is. You know, I'm not even thinking about that because I have other things to worry about. That.
What does thinking that do? When you think that you are oppressed, what does that do?
It's holding you back.
So when did you open this store?
June.
This guy completely silenced a feminist.
Well, in what sense is our society male-dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of capital is owned by men. Women do more unpaid labor.
Very tiny proportion of men, and a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most people who are on the street are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Most people who die in wars are men. People who do worse in school are men. It's where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper-successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.
Why are men taught how to treat women, but women aren't taught how to treat men?
Because they don't have to. Because you get to act however you want, and it's just empowered. Because they all think that they're oppressed even when they're not.
Because we have, I don't know. I don't know.
Halfway. Is that Why is it considered rude to ask a woman her age or her weight?
Oh. But they can ask us what we do. First question when you go on a date, what do you do? They're just asking how much money do you make. But you shouldn't ask a woman her age. Why? Why? Let me see the stats. What's your body count? How old are you? How much you weigh? Tell me. Give me the whole facts.
It's just something you just don't ask a woman.
But what's the reason?
She didn't even answer the question. They get to live in delusion. That's why they all look so happy in every single one of these videos.
If women don't need men, why do women date men?
For their own pleasure.
What do you mean?
We don't need them.
Yes, you do. That's the unfortunate part about it. That's where the frustration comes from. Men need women, women need men. We need each other. But they all live in this, I don't need no man, men ain't and so they just take advantage, they just run around wild. I'm a girl boss, I put on these shades so I feel like I'm a celebrity. Instagram, they don't even live in reality anymore.
Hey there, sport. Welcome to my practice. Thank you for seeing us here.
Well, I appreciate you seeing me, sir.
Whoa. Did you just assume my gender?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Sorry. What are you?
I'm a doctor. My pronouns are we, us.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason I came in to see you today is I have this.
Well, before we get to that, what we like to do here is start with a few simple intake questions. That way we're better equipped to get to the bottom of what's bothering you. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Age?
35.
Height?
5'5".
Is that standing against a wall without shoes?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Do you stand with Ukraine?
What?
Do you stand with Ukraine?
Why does that matter here?
Oh, it just helps me understand if you stand with Ukraine or not.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Let me just note that in your chart.
Why is it taking you so long to write that down?
Oh, it's not the quickest thing to draw. And your weight?
125 pounds.
You're not overweight?
No, I exercise a lot. I really like to stay fit, you know?
That's terrible.
Yeah, I run. Wait, what?
Well, you being fit, as you like to call it, that's not very positive towards the body positivity community. It's quite shaming towards them, actually, and that's not very healthy. We need to add about 87 pounds of obesity to you.
So what do you think about Andrew Tate?
I think his views are horrendous. I'm glad that he's off social media and that he's been banned on most platforms.
What are one of the views that you disagree with?
Just like what he thinks about women, that women are his property.
He literally looks like a human penis. Like his little bald head. He has sexually assaulted so many women. There's so many complaints about him.
He says some pretty harsh things about women. Yeah.
What did he say?
I don't know, just things that like, I don't know specifics. I can't get into the specifics. I don't know right now.
So how can you not like someone if you can't give me an example?
That's a good question.
Is feminism still relevant in society today?
Kind of turned into something that's more of like a hatred of masculine energy. Like I work with some people who would consider themselves heavy feminists and they are constantly dogging on men and they openly say, I hate men, but they use their like feminism kind of identity. It's almost an excuse for behavior. We're not living in a day and age where women are constantly being suppressed anymore by men.